We're good. Are we live? We're streaming. We're streaming the Consistently Inconsistent Time Frame podcast because, unfortunately, for those who don't know, we're really busy sometimes. And sometimes other things come up. For example, right now, we have 16 people on staff and are in dire need of more. So the last couple weeks, we've been trying to figure out how to get more. So we had a couple hires. Have a couple more on the way, maybe. Should be fun. But in the meantime, we were talking about barbecue and what it's like to live in Kansas City, the home of the best barbecue. Though I will say Austin is pretty damn good too. But people probably assume that we eat a lot more barbecue than we really do. And I had a friend in town, and this is kind of exactly, I think it's like the same thing with deep dish pizza in Chicago. People who live in Chicago don't eat a lot of deep dish, but you know, when your grandma comes to town.
But the frequency at which I eat barbecue is way more frequent than anybody I know who lives in, yes, it's definitely you're visiting, we're going to get barbecue. Mm-hmm. But I'll still eat barbecue for fun.
Say don't. I
like
don't
at
really
least
do it.
at least twice a month.
I think Joe and I
Twice
ordered
a
barbecue.
month? That's
Well, yeah, I won't
minimum.
do that. No.
I mean, you ordered, what was that place?
Smoking Guns a couple weeks ago. And that's like just in our little neighborhood up here where the office is. That's probably the best barbecue up here. But I mean, I've probably had that twice in the last year.
Yeah.
And then
Really?
During the pandemic, I probably have had barbecue 5 times. And that's
I've probably had it
inflated guesstimate.
I've had it more in the pandemic because you can just go get it. And you could always go get it.
Yeah.
But part of the fun, you know, like I like going to Arthur Bryant's and sitting and eating, especially if a friend's in town. That's my go-to spot. You know, Joe's has always got the big ass long line, is delicious, but like, you know, you hit a point of like diminishing returns.
Oh yeah, when you know you can just go to Gates and get it in like 3 minutes.
I'll never do that though. Really? I'm a Gates hater.
See, I'm kind of an Arthur Bryant
Food
hater.
wise.
Yeah, I have friends that like have told me they have anxiety over the fact that they yell at you.
That
I'm not
going
to
the
go
best
there.
part of the restaurant.
I think it's cool. I think you know, like that's part of the gimmick. Just like, you know, deal with it. But I think, you know, I like Gates because that's what I first had.
Yeah, I think I'm probably in the same boat on that one. The first time I was in Kansas City, my memory of Kansas City barbecue, well before living here, was Gates. And then, so I had a friend, my friend Robin came to town recently, last weekend or the weekend before, and he was asking me about barbecue places, and he had kind of like probably seen Joe's on TV and a couple others, and I was just basically like, all right, Gates is your staple dirty barbecue. Jack Stack is your staple high-end barbecue.
Right.
And Joe's is kind of like your hip barbecue to a certain degree. A little more, it's not quite as traditional as some of the other places.
Did you say Q39 yet?
I didn't say Q39 is like the new hip barbecue.
There's always a line out that door.
You're using the word hip, and I just cannot co-sign on any of that.
Are you saying like hipster?
Joe's has been around far too long to be hip.
Not necessarily hip in that regard.
It breaks down like this. Gates is the Missouri side's default.
Okay.
Joe's is the Kansas side's default.
Okay.
Q39 is slowly taking over the
Everything.
Joe's monopoly, if you will, on suburbanites because
they're that Overland Park location.
Because they have Joe's has an Overland Park spot too.
I forget that Joe's has more than one location.
And it's big as fuck, and you don't have to wait in line as much as you do.
I'm told it doesn't taste as good there though.
Nah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Anybody who says that's lying.
Okay. I've never had it. So I can know that neither confirm nor deny.
It's literally the same recipe, the same fucking meat. It's the same shit.
Well, have you ever been to like a pizza place where one pizza place is better than the other, but then you realize
they're the same pizza?
Yeah, they're the same pizza, but then you realize, there's a different brick oven at one of them over the other.
Every time that happened on Staten Island, for some reason, this weird thing where there's like 9 Villamontes, but they're owned by different people because like all the guys would like teamed up, and then they were like, yo, we're going to start our own, but we're going to be Villamonte Oakwood.
Is it just like different cousins?
I think so.
Okay.
There's a place back home called Sammy's Pizza
And they
that's
all
like that.
taste different. They all have like, one has like a Galamad salad. You can only get it there. And it's really good. It's just like,
but like
calamari, unbreaded, and it's just in the salad.
That's my favorite way to eat.
And it's like
calamari.
They're fucking, they're not chewy or anything like that. Just like kind of melts in your mouth.
That's some good
One of
squid.
my favorite ones, and it's the one near the mall. But then you try to go get the same salad at another one and it tastes like shit.
So they have the same menus
Same menus.
because they're so it's like a franchise.
Similar menus. They don't carry certain things. Like, it's
Also,
really strange to me. Like, one makes a pesto pie. The other ones don't make the pesto pie.
That's
You can only go to this
that's
one.
very confusing. At least at the if a barbecue restaurant franchises, it's gonna taste pretty much the same. Probably that's because barbecue's whatever you're describing sounds like way intricate and delicious.
Well, that's a lot of
and barbecue is meat
Yeah, it's slow cooked meat and sauce.
and sauce.
It's like the peanut. The franchises aren't the same.
Well,
Yo,
no,
that
see-
peanut
no, now
up
the-
here in North KC
Yeah.
is trash.
I haven't had it.
That
I've only
place
had
is
the, I've
trash.
only had
It
the
feels
one.
like you walked into a fucking like Applebee's.
Oh,
I
gross.
hate it. It ruins the peanut. Why does it exist?
For those who don't know, the peanut is like a wings joint and bar, kind of like a. I don't know. It's not really comparable to much else.
It is if you like buffalo wings, it's the best place you can get the buffalo wings in the continental United States.
And I
I don't
will
know if I'd
say
go
that
that far.
Boats
Facts.
is
Does it-
the
no.
person to talk about this place.
I have
the peanut
I
man.
have the authority.
Mm.
I have the signed documents.
I will not argue.
I
Have you eaten at Grizzlies in Duluth, Minnesota?
Yes, I have eaten at I have been everywhere in the palace of my mind.
Have
no,
you had the North KC one?
No, because I already know as a proud Kansas City buffalo wing eater to never, ever, 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 unless under threat of violence, to eat at a franchised peanut location. Never.
So what considers franchised? Do you go to the one downtown?
Well, there are two downtown. There's downtown, and then there's
The Plaza
The
one.
Plaza, and those are not franchised.
Okay.
I've only been to the downtown.
Those
one.
are the
I've never
only
been to
ones
Plaza.
So
you
they
go to.
they sold the naming rights to franchise it.
Okay.
To get the, hey, you want to pay us for the name, just sell some wings. We'll
Go
give
nuts,
you
yeah.
they don't do anything crazy.
So the one in North Kansas City
is a franchise.
is a franchise.
Yeah,
You can
the
tell the difference
franchises
between
have boneless wings. That's how you know it's
Yeah.
different.
the menu is where this is why I asked about your pizza place franchise or the Joe's menu. Same at both places. Your pizza place menu,
Villamonte.
Villamonte's, sort of different. And then the peanut, you're gonna go to the original one, and it's like one tiny
paper.
trifold
Oh
yellow
yeah, it's a piece of paper. It's not even like a professionally printed menu.
And then you go to the one in North Kansas City or any of the other franchise locations, and it's going to be a big Applebee's
big-ass
ass
menu.
fucking
Laminated.
Yeah, it's just not. You can tell. It's the small things.
Speaking of menus, one thing I'll say, as I've taken many trips to Joe's homeland back in Staten Island, the thing that always trips me out is the fucking phone book for a menu that you get at all these goddamn restaurants. It'll be like
At
a
diners,
diner.
that's the problem we're missing out here. Is that
I
you
don't
can
think
go
so.
get, lasagna, a steak,
Tacos.
tacos, and a burger at the same place at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah. And they serve booze at the diners.
Yeah,
Which is weird
so
to me
you're
too.
so you're telling me that you just have Applebee's.
It's
That's open
not
label.
Applebee's.
it's like
Shoney's.
it is honestly the menu is probably about 4 or 5 times larger than that of an Applebee's.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
got a
because
spiral.
They will have an
Cheesecake Factory.
It's spiraled.
That's probably more similar.
Well, my thing with Cheesecake Factory is that menu's really not that big. It's just to have all that weird advertisements in it.
yeah, yeah.
It kind of if you depleted all the bullshit out of a Cheesecake Cheesecake Factory's menu, it wouldn't be that big.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't been to a Cheesecake Factory
And
in a
they're
long
smaller,
time.
too. So they compact it. They make it look like this. It's a program. It's been a thing I thought about.
They're
because-
historically the place though that you go and you're like this may because what you're saying to me is like antithetical of everything that anybody who's ever worked in a restaurant has told me, which is like if you go to a restaurant that has a really big menu, it's bad. Because there's no way that the kitchen can be good at tacos, burgers.
They're
and
not all that
everything.
good. It's just
Okay.
some of them
Yeah, yeah.
suck.
These places I've been to with Joe aren't the greatest restaurants. and,
Okay.
Yeah.
like I'm
Okay.
usually walk out just getting a club sandwich or something.
They're
you know what I
pretty
mean? But,
decent though. It's like, yo, if you really want that steak, we got some.
but they have an entire Italian's restaurant's worth of Italian food. Like they will have it's an insane amount of food. The only place I've ever seen a menu where there's more food on the menu than in Staten Island is in Thailand, where it is like there's not even there might be some pictures here or there, but it is like 20 items per page, and there's probably a 30-page menu.
That reminds me. Have you guys eaten inside at New Peking in Westport?
I've not. Yes, yeah, I think I have. I think I went there with Josh
Classic,
Barber.
delicious. It's a long standing Chinese restaurant here in town, and they have that type of menu where it's just like they're going to give you the whole regular menu. They're going to give you the full Chinese menu, and then they're going to give you all
American
the other
stuff.
Well, yeah, it's like the American stuff, the Chinese stuff, and then miscellaneous, I guess.
Right.
And I was confused because when you see a menu that big, you're like, am I actually allowed to order anything from here? There's no way you have all.
There's just
of
gonna be some
there's
angry
no way
dude coming
you
out of the
have
kitchen and be
all
like,
of
That
it.
was like Jerry's Chinese
Can
restaurant.
you see this from here? Here's just
can-
a little excerpt of some of the random ass meals that you can get. I see like a chicken kind of like dinner, and then you got a burger, and then this kind of looks like lasagna, and then you got eggs. So you got some breakfast food. You got a club sandwich. You got some, I don't know, this looks like eggplant parmesan.
This just reminds me. It's a diner.
Shout out to Mike's.
But it's
Mike's Diner. He took over all the diners in Staten Island. It used to be called Unicorn Diner. He took it over and was like, yo, it's Mike's
It's
Unicorn
Mike's
Diner.
Mike's Unicorn
Olympic
Diner.
Grill? Yo, it's Mike's Olympic Grill now. Like, he didn't just like rebrand it as Mike's Diner because that's what he originally had. But no, just Mike slowly went, now take this
Like,
one.
this is Mike. Well,
North
now it is
Dakota.
all. Yeah. Well, the original one is just his diner, and now he's like,
Yeah.
this is my
It's Mike's
Unicorn Diner.
Unicorn
my.
Diner.
I like that.
Mike's
I think,
Dakota.
Boats like with the Chinese restaurant. Jerry had one where you had his restaurant was the American version,
Yep.
the Chinese version,
Yep.
and then he had a third one.
Yep.
He called it the Homeland version,
Oh,
which
like
is
the
a
ri-
whole nother thing. That's like the weird.
You'd only
shit.
know
Yeah.
if you're from the specific like
like
province.
you. It's
Right,
it's,
right. That's
it's catered
what's
for
up.
certain people.
Boats.
Indian restaurants.
Each
are
one
pretty
of
good at
these is a tab you click to see food options.
See, that's too much for me.
That's way too
can't-
much.
I can't go into. I have too much anxiety for that sort of thing, and not
Okay.
like
my
I'm
wife
gonna
is the same way. She sees a menu like that and just like paralysis by analysis.
Yeah, it's not like I'm going to make the wrong choice. It's just there's too many correct choices.
Right.
When every choice is the right one.
That's when you. That's when you
What do
have
you
to
do?
You literally have to ask somebody who looks like a local or one of the staff members. Be like, what do people come here for? Like,
What
what are you
is-
known for?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Give me a garbage plate.
I usually
please.
just get the same sandwich, which is a chicken griller, which is basically just like a, what was that? The chicken melt that Perkins sold.
Oh, the chicken tender melt.
Yeah, chicken tender melt. Basically
What?
that.
So you're telling that's like having every cable channel and only watching ESPN.
I really liked it.
I
It was my favorite
understand, but like
sandwich.
you
That's
gotta,
not what I would get. It's really when you're there drunk at 2:00 in the morning after doing something. That was a chicken griller. That's what I wanted.
That's what chicken tender melt
With
at
cheese
Perkins
fries.
is. Every drunk person in all of my
Fries.
hometown would go to Perkins at 1 a.m. and eat a chicken tender melt or they'd get the T12, which is a breakfast thing. It's the tremendous 12. It's pancakes, sausage, bacon, eggs. Good.
I
junk
would
food.
go to Perkins and I would exclusively eat burgers.
I hate their burgers.
Just like that.
Man, I like their chicken
the
parmesan
the
for some
Perkins
reason.
the Perkins by the Party House in college
hmm
had a good burger, and it was across the street.
What's weird to me is when you end up like when you're somewhere where that you do not associate with a particular restaurant. Perkins is a good example of this because we grew up with 3 or 4 of them in my hometown, and that would be depending on what part of town we're in. We'd go to Perkins usually after pretty much everything, especially when we were below drinking age.
Oh
But-
yeah.
Shout out
But-
here. My best friend Paul worked there for 10 years.
But that's the weird thing. Like, you don't think of Perkins as being everywhere because you'll go, like, I don't even know where the nearest Perkins is. I'm assuming we have one maybe.
we do
somewhere.
have it's on down Overland Park area.
Okay.
There's a
The
Perkins
nearest
down by, like,
Perkins
that-
used to be much closer than it is now. Some Perkins have shut down.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, a
Um,
lot of stuff is shut down.
But, like, it's
No,
weird when
this
all of a
is
sudden.
like before
Oh,
COVID.
really?
Yeah, like the past 5 years.
Okay. But it's weird when you haven't seen one, like, in that part of the country. In fact, you've been there for a while, and
Right.
or a bunch of times, and then all of a sudden you, like, turn a corner and there's random Perkins in Florida, and you're like, wait,
I
why
don't
is this
want to
here?
go to Perkins.
Do they have Taco John's in Minnesota?
Yeah, we've always had Taco John's as long as I can remember. What always used to piss me off is that we had Taco Bell commercials and never had to Taco Bell up until like 2005 or something.
Whoa.
Um,
Have you had Taco John's?
I've never had Taco John's.
Taco John's is
potato
the sh-
Olays, man.
Potato Olays.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
the secret. The taco menu is much more limited
Yeah.
than Taco Bell. Taco Bell is the fast food version of this Italian restaurant you're talking about
No.
because they have everything. Or maybe more Jack in the Box, which really does.
Jack in the Box all
Because you
over.
can
I
get
fucking hate Jack in
tacos
the
at
Box.
Jack in the Box. You can get a burger. at
Jack-
Jack in the Box sucks.
Shit in the
Fucking hate
box.
that place.
I've been calling it shit in a
Oh.
box for years. I didn't try to be fancy with it. Changed the name. I was like, no, that's shit in a box because that's what happens after you eat it.
That's crazy.
You have to
other
hold
one-
on to the box because you're gonna shit.
The other one I hate is fucking Del Taco. Del Taco sucks.
Never had Del Taco.
Ugh.
I've only heard about
Sorry,
it in a
California.
Blink-182 song. So,
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
well, and that Del Taco free Shavakadu vine. That's
Sombreros is
see.
good though. I've had Mexican food. She brings me Mexican food from Sombreros just because.
Just because.
Oh yeah, didn't we go
my
there on
girlfriend.
purpose somewhere like near San Diego?
Yeah, we were near San Diego. Went. It was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And I had a California burrito, French fries. You know, basic old bullshit. That you do.
Regional food love is funny though, just in general, because I mean you'll always get the the In-N-Out defenders and the
I have an In-N-Out tattoo.
and that's insane. They don't even have it on where you're from.
I prefer Whataburger. Not gonna lie.
I'm a Whataburger man,
Love
but that's
Whataburger.
just because I love that spicy ketchup.
Mm.
And there are way more Whataburgers, and I've experienced more of them. It's just like
We're also getting
it's
one
all-
here.
It's if you ever want to know your bias, it's what's your favorite fast food, because you're gonna be like, it's this one regional thing that you've never had because you're not from where I am. Fuck you.
I mean,
See, I don't. Yeah, and I don't like. I mean, I guess
that's where I am with pizza.
Taco John's is sort of like that. That's where you are with what?
with pizza.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's
But I've changed
unfair though.
I've changed my
because-
mind on that whole thing. I will have firm stances on stuff. And my thing is that when the one argument that I can't stand with people is when they start to argue with me about fucking Pizza Hut or Casey's Pizza, the gas station pizza, which I haven't tried, so I can't knock it yet. I'm going to
Neither
try
have
this
I.
pizza.
So
for gas station pizza, it is pretty close.
Cool. I will try it.
It
And I
whip-
will put
it
it in
whips-
its
it
category
whips
called,
ass.
guess what? Follow me here. It's called gas station pizza, people.
Yeah.
It's different than being like, nah, New York pizza, right? Yeah. So my thing is, don't argue with me over fast food pizza and compare it to regular pizza.
What's regular pizza?
Like from a pizzeria, like a place that's been,
So like Pizza
like a
Hut.
restaurant.
Like Pizza Hut.
It's like comparing Pizza Hut. It's like comparing a burger that you'd get at a diner.
right.
So let's make up a diner, Joe's Diner down
Sure,
here,
I'm
right?
sure there's a couple.
Cool,
Of
you get that cool burger, and then being like, it's the same as McDonald's. That's comparing a pizzeria.
Why can't
to
you
Pizza Hut.
why can't you compare Pizza Hut, which is a pizzeria, to another pizzeria?
Because they're not the same. You got to put them in different categories. I will eat Pizza Hut the same way I've eaten DiGiorno my whole life. My parents have DiGiornos in their freezer.
I think the
Oh, I
argument.
understand what he means. I'm trying to get him riled up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right.
Yeah.
And
You're
also,
doing
but
it.
also to kind of expand, because like
I look at it the way they look at an Italian restaurant. Like, there's a difference between going to Garozzo's and going to fucking Olive Garden. You know what I mean? Olive
and-
Garden is still
Hey,
Italian food.
Olive
It's just
Garden on tour. If you're like, yo,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where to fucking go,
Olive Garden every
go to
time.
Olive Garden.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
but this is the thing. So they're gonna
You
be
can't fuck up pasta.
but there are gonna be
Oh yeah, you
people.
can. You've
Come
been
on,
to
you
Fazoli's?
boil the water, put the
Fa-
thing in, make some sauce,
You'll
whatever.
be amazed.
Fazoli's
the type of
fucks
fucked
up.
up pasta.
Yeah,
I've had in
You
my life.
can't fuck up. They can't fuck up Olive Garden pasta because they have the certain. At least you know that it's the same sauce.
Yeah,
that they get.
it's the
So
Starbucks
like,
of Italian food.
cool.
You know what
It's-
you're getting.
You're fine.
That's a good
You're
way
not
to
getting
put it.
Chef Boyardee. I've gone to fucking this place, Anthony's over here. There's Anthony's Pizzeria in Kansas City. Trash. Tastes like Chef Boyardee. I don't care. I don't like your food. Garozzo's is my number one out here. The best pizza that was out here was called Art of Pizza, but that's now gone. So now it's Johnny Joe's Pizzeria is my favorite. Second to I can't forget. I'll figure it out. This is like order.
But this is the
you
thing.
gotta
So like,
order to
is
your
it
house
a
pizza.
is it a
Observation pizza?
is
I
it
did
a
not know
that
that.
see that place is very I have a personal, not a vendetta, but like in the same way that you don't want to compare something different. I don't understand, because like I would never compare Johnny Joe's pizza to Observation, like sliced pizza versus Neapolitan.
I see. What
You
you're saying.
can't compare
Yeah, you
those
can't
two,
compare
but there are
those
some
either.
people who try to compare it all, and I can understand why that would be frustrating. But also,
Because that's you can
Pizza
even
Hut
put it
is
as
good.
hipster pizza. You know what I mean? That's its own category. That's what I
No,
used to
there are
call
just
it.
people that only like Neapolitan pizza, and I don't know why. It's the old school way or whatever. I can see it, but like,
I love a good Neapolitan. I mean, we had Spin the other night, and Spin's kind of hit or miss based on location because sometimes they undercook the crust. But I love a good Neapolitan pizza. But I don't. If I'm craving Pizza Hut, I'm craving Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
a different craving for me. Whereas, like, if I want Spin, I want.
and then you have to think about it like this, and this is where being in Kansas City mucks up your whole thing,
because most of the pizza here sucks.
Yes.
pizza here sucks,
And fucking emos is here.
Oh God, I hate
and
emos.
it's expensive.
Fight me, emos. You suck.
Yeah, I can confirm.
St. Louis style pizza is a crime.
Yes,
But
Crime.
the difference between spending $25 on a pie versus getting two large for $15 from Pizza Hut, that's a simple choice. There's never going to be a $25 pie that is better all around.
So you're just talking like cost per dollar.
Just
You're-
worth,
you're-
not
you're-
even the money, but like worth.
Okay.
The ease of getting something like Pizza Hut.
I'm
which
getting
to
a
me is-
random call from Anaheim, California.
Anaheim, California heard that we were talking
I hope
shit
it's the
on
like guy
In-N-Out.
who runs Emos.
right?
No, Emo's they're St. Louis.
They're
It'd
St.
be-
Louis, but he moved to
It'd
California.
be some
to Hollywood.
317 area code or something. It'd be
Also, just to
Nelly.
just to back on top of that, California Pizza Kitchen sucks too. Not a big fan.
I was a fan of CPK when I was younger because it was like they were in all
Isn't
the
that
malls.
Wolfgang Puck's?
I have no
spot?
idea. No idea.
I don't know. But it's
'Cause
like
at
these
that-
little shitty artisan pizzas that they hand you, and it's like, whatever.
But that's how they trick you. They think
Yeah.
they're tricking you into thinking that Pizza Hut isn't worth, or just any type of delivery basic pizzas. They're like, this is nothing. You need artisanal, because everybody associates artisanal pizza with like the New York style. But the beauty of a New York style pizza is that it's a fucking $1.
Yeah.
Mm.
You
yeah,
go,
same with Chicago.
It's so good. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
not
go
the deep
get
dish, but like you go to like a
good-
place like Bocce's in the South Side, and you get like a slice of pizza the size of a normal pizza, and a Coke for $3.
And that's
Right.
You know.
see, that's another thing people piss me off about is comparing. Like, what do you like, Chicago and New York? They're two different fucking pizzas.
two different pizzas.
They both crowns are amazing pizzas. I'm not talking about that.
and also
And then they bring it back to the Pizza Hut thing. Well,
No,
you probably
because,
hate
like, your-
Pizza Hut.
Your everyday
Fuck you.
pizza, and my wife being from Chicago would gladly step in and correct everyone here. The pizza that Chicagoans eat is not deep dish.
No, it's what is it? It's called like pub style. It's like
Something
really
like that.
Flat.
It's pretty flat.
It's awesome.
They're usually pretty big. You get big old slices similar to the New York style, but it's not as there's not as much dough as a New York style
What's
slice.
the
And
one,
they're square.
the chain?
No, that's just place to place. There's square people. There's
I
square
thought it was-
people.
Sicilian is square.
Yeah,
Well,
this
yeah, but it's
and so
all-
is there's another one that's square too, but
Nice and thin and crispy. I don't know. I love that type of pizza.
yeah, me too.
Detroit pizza is kind of similar. To
I
that
love
too.
Detroit pizza. Actually, I think Detroit pizza is probably the most underrated pizza in the country because it doesn't really get a lot of like press. Like nobody's
Well, it
advertising
hasn't
that they have
expanded
Detroit,
really beyond Detroit.
but it's good fucking pizza. You know,
St.
I-
Louis tried. Emo's is basically imitation Detroit style pizza. And
dude,
it's,
St. Louis pizza is like it's like they replaced the crust with just like normal bread dough. It's fucking disgusting. I can't handle it.
they just rolled up a bunch of
See,
Wonder Bread.
even Amanda just goes, Chicago style pizza is best. Fight me.
Chicago style pizza is delicious.
It's great. I
But
agree. It's
I
great.
can't. The way that I judge a pizza is, am I able to eat it on the go if necessary, or if I can't, is it at least not going to put me into a coma?
Yeah, the
And
coma thing is huge.
those-
Giordano's, is that it? The one-
Giordano's is the big.
Yeah, that one puts
Giordano's,
me in a fucking
Connie's,
coma.
and Gino's East are the big three in Chicago.
But
Last-
Chicago versus New York, they're different pizzas.
Yeah, but it's
Have
always
both.
going to be Chicago versus New York because it's.
Yeah,
Which one is
yeah.
better? I can't. I like both, so I don't know. And I'm from New York. I don't know how. To me, it's like a cake of pie. You know, like it's really different.
I'm
They're
a
different
Deep dish
fucking
does
things.
feel like a cake.
So you really,
sometimes.
if you're
It does,
making
yeah.
a stance that you like Chicago over New York, then you know what? You should not eat any pizza that looks like New York and only eat Chicago if you're claiming that's better.
Yeah, you get the
You know what I mean?
you get
It's
the
like-
delicious thin.
It's like taking the stance that you don't like cake and would prefer pie. Cool, understandable.
You can like both.
Or
They
you
can
can
both
like
be okay.
fucking both.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but what worth is there in life if you're not taking a stand on stuff that doesn't matter?
Well, you know, I mean,
I'm just
that is
trying to-
kind of your wheelhouse.
It's it's stuff. It's what I love to do.
It's my goal in life is to fight all the pizza snobs that are like, this is the ultimate, and be like, no, knock the fuck down.
Hell, I even
There's
got Joe
no
to eat,
ultimate pizza.
I even
There's
got him
no
to eat
fucking ultimate
mashed
pizza.
potato pizza in Minnesota once, and
It tasted good. You gotta
yeah, Pizza
appreciate
Luce
it
for the win,
as a
man.
whole.
Hold on.
And then my second fight is the people down below that'll eat a fucking gas station pizza and then come to me and be like, dude, this is the best. It ain't. It's not. I'm sorry. If you can enjoy that, I'm going to try Casey's Pizza. I'm going to try this. We'll put it out there. But there's no fucking way at Casey's Pizza, and I'll take you to New York. I'll order it. I'll get a fucking Gold Belly. I can get them shipped in.
yeah.
It's not going to compare. There's no way it's going to compare. Or when you go to a fresh fucking pizzeria and you go behind the glass and they have all the fucking stuff in front of you. You get to pick out all the different slices.
You're describing
gonna fucking
Casey's.
compare
They
that
have
to
it all-
Casey's
they
Pizza.
have it all
No, they
there.
don't. They don't have a salad slice. They don't have a Galamad slice. They don't have a fucking
What are you
grandma
putting on your-
slice.
what are you
Do you
putting
even know
on
what
your
a
pizza?
grandma slice is?
No.
No. Exactly.
You mean a supreme pizza?
No. You don't have these options. All you ever have is pepperoni or some chicken shit or some weird shit where they put pineapple and olives on it.
Hey, pineapple is delicious.
Pineapple's good.
Pineapple
No.
is delicious.
On its
Not
own.
on a pizza.
And also on a pizza.
I don't mind it
No.
on a pizza. See, I'll stand behind you. Be like, cool. That's your It's like making a sandwich and being like, yo, pepperoni and salami are the only things you can eat on a fucking sandwich. That's not true. There's different sandwiches.
It's not about can though. It's just like you said. You go to your diner and they have a million choices, but you get the same thing every time because you like it and it's good.
Well, it's a different story.
And
That-
so
that
the
diner
fact that a grandma's
specifically.
slice exists means nothing to me and almost makes me not want to choose it out of spite.
Well, you need to try
because,
all the
like,
options.
No, everybody has.
It's a really thin slice.
It's like
pizza.
the argue is, if a pizza place can't do a cheese slice, they're garbage.
I'm not saying that.
I'll say that, and I
What?
think that goes.
Okay.
That's how I judge. That's
They
an easy
legitimately
metric.
every pizzeria
You know what I mean?
always has the plain one there.
If you can, yeah. If
I'll
you-
even take you. Okay, and so that's my other argument. There. So, well, fine. You know, I was starting to do that Joey Donut thing, and my goal was I was going to do pepperoni pizzas around the world. In a sense.
Sure.
And I think I'm still going to do it because
Why not?
Why not?
even though El Presidente from
Yeah, but he sucks ass
from
and is a piece of
fucking-
shit. So
what's the name of that thing?
I don't speak their name. It's like Voldemort to me.
The fucking
I don't even know what we're talking
Barstool
about.
Sports.
Oh, okay.
He goes around and eats pizza and stands outside with the box and he's like, "This is good." And I'm like, "Well, you're not giving flavor notes. You're not giving consistencies. You're not giving like crust thickness.
Joe, you
you're
gotta
not
give
giving
him a
a-
pizza sommelier.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
you
he's
gotta
like-
be
I
a
have
pizza
the whole. I
sommelier.
have a list of things that I wanted to break down. I did
All
this
right.
one silly video once, and I was like, "This would be great." And then I kind of got shot down because he started like going up there. But like, I want to compare that basically. So my goal was to just do pepperoni pizzas because then people
Right.
give me that argument of like,
It's a good
"Oh,
baseline. It's
you
a good
can't-
baseline.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
compare a grandma slice to Casey's pizza because it's a different product, different thing. It's like who makes a good pepperoni slice, and then setting the bar of like, what does that mean? Some people don't like it thin. Some people don't like this. So I'm trying to get that middle area so I could say that, hey, is this legitimate Pizza Hut? Tastes like this compares to this pizzeria here in fucking, I don't know, Ohio.
I would assume you would have to use Pizza Hut as the metric.
I think that
It
might
is
be a
the
good idea.
most widely available pizza in the United States, if not the world.
Is it or I feel like Domino's is more in the world definitely because there's Domino's in Thailand.
Is
but
there not Pizza Hut
There's
in
not
Thailand?
Pizza Hut. No. There's
Domino's has really stepped it up. I will give them that.
I will give them that too.
Sauerkraut on pizza. Anyone try that?
No,
No, but I do fuck
Nebraskan Yankin.
I do like.
fuck with sauerkraut,
Yes, I
so I
have,
would try
actually.
it.
I like sauerkraut. I can get behind it. One of my favorite pizzas that I ever had that was kind of an odd combo was this. There used to be this venue in Fargo, North Dakota that we used to play, and I forget the name of the venue right now, but they had a pizza place downstairs in the bar, and they had a cream cheese Philly steak and banana pepper pizza. Mm-hmm. Dude, I would put it in, like after I had it the first time, it was in a rider every fucking time we played
Dude,
at that
that's
venue.
so good.
Oh, it's so good.
Cream cheese. Listen, cream cheese pizza is. I have the best pizza to me will always be Pizza Shuttle,
Okay.
which is in Lawrence, Kansas,
yeah.
and was cash only forever. Only recently started allowing cards. It was cash or check, which was always funny.
My grandma would've loved it.
You get a 10-inch pizza. It's $5.
Fuck yeah.
You can't go wrong. It's like it's your college town version of a slice place in a place. You know, Lawrence isn't walkable, so
No,
you have your delivery version of a slice place.
there aren't enough slice places. Other
No,
than like,
outside of major cities.
Well, if
downtown,
if you don't live in a walkable area,
Right.
How are you and now drive through slice. There's a free $1 million.
Doesn't Mod Pizza do that?
Who?
Mod Pizza, it's a chain through the Midwest. I think they have drive-through. Yeah. All right.
who's that fucking place that sells you the fucking frozen pizzas?
Papa
Murphy's?
Murphy's.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't
Why?
think so. They're good
What's wrong?
pizzas.
Why am I gonna go get a cold pizza? I could
Why
just
would
go
you
to
buy a
the
DiGiorno at
supermarket.
the grocery store?
I'm saying, but why am I gonna go to?
Because Papa Murphy's does exactly it. So like, if you bought that pizza from the place that would mail it to you, they just do what Papa Murphy's does. Papa Murphy's is just pizza that could be mailed, but they got their fresh, mozzarella.
And in all
they got
seriousness,
the thing.
it's pretty fucking good.
They're making it frozen though, or
Well,
is
no, they're
already
making it. Technically, they're not frozen. They're just like
I think
cold.
if
right?
you buy a pre-made one, I'm pretty sure they're frozen. Or you can buy, and then I think what happens with the ones that they make for you on the spot, the crust is frozen so it doesn't get all floppy, and then they put all the toppings on it, wrap it, and
But you're
sell it
like
to you.
supposed to make it within like 2 hours, or else it goes bad because it's fresh. Like
Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Why not just cook it? I'm trying to. That's the thing that
Well, you
confuses
cook
me.
it. You cook it
Why
at
do
the
I
house.
gotta cook it? If I made the time to go there, that's the thing I find silly. Like I buy the frozen pizza from the supermarket,
Right.
Mhm.
because I'm gonna put it in my freezer, and when it's like, yo, I'm hungry, and
When
it's
it's on.
midnight, and I'm like, I don't want to leave my house. There's my
Uh-huh.
pizza. I look at that, and I have to go home and make it. So now I got to go spend time to make this thing.
It's.
Mm.
I mean,
Should
you
I
don't
just
have
pick
to.
it up?
You just
Is
put
it
it
a
in.
time thing? You think?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's
So
more
you
of
have
like
to wait
a.
for your pizza to be
No,
made.
I think it's more like one of those things like, I'm gonna go grab a couple take and bakes before I bring the kids home from soccer practice because I don't want to fuck with dinner when I get home.
Yeah,
But-
it's
Take and bake
definitely
is something that does not exist in New York. Like I've never, until I started touring and went out, the idea of that is just something that it's so foreign and strange to me.
the take and bake.
Take and bake.
Speaking of foreign, what was your take on pizza in Italy?
Fantastic.
Like I
But
don't
it
even
was
know.
different. It was a lot of it was more like flatbread
Okay.
than it was like legit slices that you would find in New York.
Like so, are we talking like mostly like Neapolitan style? Or?
Neapolitan style. Obviously, we went and seeked that out. You know, anybody that had the Neapolitan seal, which I thought was cool, whatever. But other than that, if you just went to a place and they had some pizza on the menu, it really came out as like a little flatbread that was kind of like your side dish to something.
Was it like a
There was
rectangle?
only one place that was like a legit pizzeria.
square?
Yeah, it was like a rectangle.
but like big or slim?
It depended. It depended on the place. A few of them were kind of slim.
Because when
ones.
I imagine a flatbread pizza, for some reason, it's always like a long
Like
rectangle.
like an oval.
That's what it is. It came out that way a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then
Interesting.
And there wasn't like depends on the places we went. We were trying to look for different foods,
Right.
you know. But there were a couple of places that we went to. 2 places where we got like regular round pizzas, you know, legit pizza, and it tasted very similar to what I would call like a really good New York pizza. So
Okay.
it's the plain cheese, the crust that's not too thin, but then like when you take the cheese off, the top's a little moist after the stuff's been on it, so it's not dry. I really like that. The cheese is a good consistency that feels like it's fresh cheese, not just like some shit that was, you know,
No, I feel you.
sitting at Walmart. And then I really like, some people don't like this, but I like whatever flour or something that they use, where there's the
A lot of times it's cornmeal or
cornmeal or
some,
something. Yeah, where it's on the bottom of the crust.
That's all to keep. It's also I've made pizzas for a living a couple times. It's so it slides easily and so the dough doesn't stick in the oven.
Sometimes it's too much with it, like thick kernel.
Oh,
like,
I know
feels like
exactly.
that.
Yep.
When it's the thin little bit of layer on there, it gets on your hands and it like brings a little flavor to the bottom of the pizza where it's a little bit burnt. It's perfect.
My favorite thing on the crust, especially like a Neapolitan pizza, is when they burn that crust and you get like the little bit of that charring that
Yes.
makes I love that
Because it can only be cooked for 3 minutes on super high heat or something to make it official Neapolitan.
Right.
So it has to be super hot. So it's going to burn. Part of it's going to burn. It's part of the thing.
Interesting.
Ugly Delicious. There's
mean-
a pizza episode. You guys should all watch it on Netflix. It's fantastic because they do compare.
Yeah,
the
but I don't
crazy
want to.
snobs
But
in
I don't
Neapolitan.
want fucking David
And they
Chang.
go to
David
they
Chang's
go to
just gonna be like,
Domino's.
it tastes. This is like a Korean dish. I don't care. I'm trying to learn about pizza.
He doesn't do that.
Every episode
He
of that
just
show.
opens it up and lets you look at it that way. You know.
It's a goof. I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen the.
I've
pizza
seen
one?
it. I
Okay.
like David Chang, even though I think he's actually a bad person or something.
What?
He's like really bad to his workers, and
Oh man.
I mean, toxic. The restaurant industry is pretty fucked up in general.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
But, it's now starting to be revealed, which is a shame because, if that type of toxicity breeds, the best pizza I've ever actually had in my life, which I'm a staunch cheap and or bad pizza defender because the convenience of it almost always outweighs that it's like less good than it could be.
Oh yeah, I mean one of my favorite pizzas ever is the Mexican pizza from Totino's that cost $1.
Oh my God, the stuff that they would fucking sell in school.
Oh yeah.
Fiestada pizza.
Yeah.
God damn.
Octagonal yellow cheese with hamburger.
And so you call that pizza?
It's literally
it's
literally pizza.
So good.
How is that pizza?
It has
Dude,
tomato.
seriously, like,
it
I
has
don't wanna-
tomato
I'm
sauce,
trying to
crust,
not
and
argue.
cheese. It's
No.
all you need for pizza.
Okay.
But that baked potato pizza that I made you eat a few years ago, what was that pizza to you or was that something else?
That's like a deep dish kind of pizza thing. It's like
Okay.
a
That's a pie.
It's a pie.
A savory
Yeah, okay.
pie.
Yeah.
Because there's this place
'Cause I
there's this
like
place
that
called
shit.
Pizza Luce, and they have them all throughout. Well, in a few places in Minnesota. I really hope they put one down here. My waistline does not hope for that.
They're really
but
good.
It's so good.
And guys, listen up.
Very
I hate
boutique-y, though.
potatoes. So
What?
yes, I'm not a potato fan. So eating that, and I thought it was fantastic.
Dude, so it's a loaded baked potato pizza. So it's mashed potatoes, broccoli, chives, and bacon, covered with cheese, and then it comes with a side of sour cream to dip it in.
This is a shepherd's pie. You're
It's so
describing
fucking
to me.
good, though.
That's not pizza.
No, I mean
No,
that's
Because
what
I also
trying to
don't
get.
believe in white pies.
You don't like a pizza blanco?
No, if there's no sauce on it,
Oh no, I'm talking the pizza blanco is typically like an Alfredo.
yeah.
I love it.
If it's not a red sauce, it's not pizza to me.
I mean, sure.
Then
Potato.
then I would assume that there would be. What you're describing sounds delicious. Though.
Oh, it was
I
fucking
just
awesome.
would never have thought to call it pizza. I'd be like, this is. It sounds like shepherd's pie.
well, that's
Right,
why I think
but
we
it's
need
made out
to-
of pizza crust and it looks like all their other pizzas.
But
Different
this
categories.
this
If Sam-
fiestata pizza I'm talking about is literally just the same way that you would make a pizza, just instead of mozzarella.
mozzarella.
Sorry, mozzarella and Italian sausage. It's
Mozzarella.
just it's like yellow. It's probably like Colby Jack cheese or something like
Sure,
that.
yeah. Well, have you
And
guys ever had like a Mexican pizza or a hamburger pizza?
That's what I'm. That's kind
I mean,
of.
that's a
I'm
Mexican
trying to,
pizza,
and
more or
he's
less,
saying
yeah.
it's not pizza. I'm
to
like,
me, they're all to me it's all pizza.
functionally, I understand where
That's
you're coming
weird.
from.
To me, if I can buy it at a pizza place and they call it pizza and it's the same price as all the other pizzas, it's pizza.
Barbecue pizza
Barbecue
is
pizza.
pizza.
No, I see. And that's the different thing. I understand. That is
Also,
pizza.
is barbecue pizza or is
Yes.
it barbecue?
I will still.
Is it
That's
barbecue
part of my
first?
stance.
It's an open-faced
I will-
sandwich.
I will defend you on
Oh
that.
no,
if you
not
try
the
to
soup,
add
not the
something
soup
to
and sandwich debate. Oh no.
Oh man.
If you add something to the pizza, that's fine. That's a pizza. But I just think once you start getting crackers that you get in the fucking freezer and put cheese on it and be like, this is a pizza. That should be called that's some cracker shit that you get.
What about?
Not cracker, like a cracker that
No,
you
I
eat.
mean that's definitely some cracker shit for sure.
like, do we call the Lunchables make your own pizza?
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. I
That's
was
not
like,
a fucking pizza. That's a cracker with some stuff on
man,
it.
but
Bagel
me as a
bites and
kid, you could
Totino's
not
pizza rolls
tell
all
me
day.
as a kid that wasn't pizza. That was the height. You could have
Oh,
called
we were way
me-
too poor for that shit.
I was like the little
Oh, you're a
tiny
little
guy.
kid.
It's just I loved that stuff.
Tarantella?
I will occasionally treat myself to a Lunchable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't.
But never in my life have I looked at that, even as a small child going to kindergarten, and been like, "This is pizza, Mom."
Wait,
No,
so
it's like I'm getting a Lunchable shit that looks like a pizza. The
So,
same way
Joe-
you buy Play-Doh and go like, "This is pizza."
so
Come
Joe,
on.
are you saying bagel bites and Totino's pizza rolls aren't
because when
pizza?
pizza's on
They're
a
not-
bagel, you
Yeah,
can eat
and
pizza
pizza
anytime.
anytime.
Pizza's on a bagel.
Yeah. That's
Now-
not pizza. That's not pizza.
Pizza bagel, but
They're bagel bites. They're called bagel bites.
but what about if it's on a full size bagel? Is that a bagel pizza?
You're calling it bagel, so then it's starting with the
So
bagel.
it's
so
bagel.
not,
It's
a
like
bagel
barbecue pizza is
yeah.
barbecue first, but it's pizza as it's barbecue as pizza.
Yes.
Bagel as pizza.
As
By the way,
pizza.
if you go to Einstein
Ass
Brothers,
pizza.
ass pizza. If you go to Einstein Brothers, they'll make you a bagel pizza.
I bet they will.
That's
That
cool.
sounds kind of
That
nice.
shit was. Oh, I used to.
But if you come to me and be like, "Yo, you want the best pizza? Try this fucking bagel with some
I'm
shit on
gonna
it."
listen after this podcast. I'm driving to
Get outta
Casey's and I'm gonna buy the $3 cheese pizza.
I will try it.
It's so cheap. It's so. Oh man.
I've
But
just heard so many motherfuckers out here say that Casey's is great pizza.
It's
I
what
don't-
It is.
It is.
It is.
And part of that is defying your expectations of it being a gas station. So you're like, there's no way.
Also, I mean, this is just
But come
like
on,
food.
guys,
This is tour fare.
don't
I'm
you
just.
agree?
It's like. Do you ever get pizza at Warped Tour?
Yes.
Like you just go to a stand and you buy a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
That's Casey's Pizza.
That's
It's-
garbage. I just eat it because I have no other choice.
It's just that Casey's is the best
Stadium
form
pizza.
of garbage pizza.
Yeah.
I would put it out there. Straight, legit garbage pizza is Papa John's.
I hate
it.
Papa John's.
It's trash.
We all can agree,
I mean,
yeah.
besides emos being the
That's what
worst
was
pizza I've
catered
ever
to
had
me
in my
all
life.
the time.
Papa John's is always trash.
The most
Always-
tragic thing for me with an almost good is the most tragic thing for me is pizza that's almost good, because there's this place over here just on the other side of the bridge called Caddyshack, and it's like a bar and restaurant.
it's
not
been
really
around.
much,
It's been around for a while.
right. They have a pizza that is almost perfect, but their sauce is so fucking sweet I can't eat it.
Yep.
I'm like, if they could switch their sauce, that'd probably be one of the
Chef
best pizzas in
Boyardee.
town.
Which, by the way, Chef Boyardee is actually pronounced Boyardee. I did not know that.
People used to call me
When?
Chef Boyardeen.
It's not Chef
says
Boy-
who?
it's
Not
Boyardee.
when.
watching the original commercials. There was like a guy in 1952 called Chef Boyardee who'd come on and tell you about his fucking SpaghettiOs that he made, and then they took
Wow.
that and changed it to Chef Boyardee is the way people kind of pronounce it.
Because none of us know how to like.
But there was an actual that guy that's on the can was an
Mimic Italian.
actual guy. It's not just like a
Really?
fake person.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Chef Boyardee.
Did you? Are you the one that took me? Did you take me out for pizza in Brooklyn?
Yes, we
Where
went
did
to L&B Spumoni Gardens, where you
Yeah,
have to
okay.
get a half a pie because it comes in 2 boxes if you get a full pie.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
That
just-
pizza was fucking
A
awesome.
thick Sicilian pie, one of my
Yeah.
favorite pizzas.
Best
The
pizza I
crust,
ever had
the crust
was
was perfect.
best pizza I ever had was in Brooklyn as well.
nice.
Polly G's.
Apologies.
Yeah, it's like a Neapolitan wood fire place.
I agree that Brooklyn
shit was
pizza
insane.
is better than Staten Island pizza. There was this one place called Gennaro's that made the best pizza my whole life because the fucking you had to take a paper towel my whole life. I see my dad do this. Whenever we got the pepperoni, you have to put the
Oh, yeah, get
soak
all the
up
grease off
shit
of it.
because
Yeah.
it had the little like cup pepperonis.
Yep.
That, like,
Yeah.
it's very hard to find the cupped pepperonis at places.
Yeah.
that you have to like pull that sauce off. They closed down before COVID and all this, and like I was very sad. But I've yet to find like obviously there's Villamonte and all this stuff, but that's more restaurant-y and it makes really good pizza. And
Sure.
I got Ambosino's down the block from my parents, which is also another good place. Shout out to all these Staten Island places.
But Brooklyn on the whole,
legitimately, like they've held it down that they have the history and stuff. But that like I'm not going to tell you like you got to stop and go to Ambosino's on Staten Island. No, I'm going to tell you go to L&B Spumoni Gardens and get
So is
half
Brooklyn, is
pizza.
Brooklyn the
Half pizza
place
from
with the there's like the I don't know, there's the place where pizza supposedly started.
Mm-hmm.
It's called like Larry's or something like
yes.
that. Is that in Brooklyn?
Isn't it Ray's? Isn't
Yes.
it
Ray's?
Yeah, it's Ray's.
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
knew
yeah.
it was like a really
And
normal
there's like
name.
and there's like 21 original Ray's pizzas that
Yeah.
are all not the original. And yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. There's an entire
I
like
take myself out of that argument. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever.
I don't know.
Because they're so fucking similar to everything else that when you're in New York, it's either this idea of like, is the pizza a plain kind of good slice of pepperoni pizza that you could get? Great. If we start to go down who's better than this, then it's just people, claiming pride to what that thing
Listen,
is. Once you go out of New York, then you're like, yo, they would never have that argument of which Ray's was better, which corner place was better, because it's way different. So I understand they're bored and they're like, yo, I guess this one has a little bit better of a crust than this guy. But at the day, maybe it could have been the water, could have been the dough that they got, could have been the flour, could have been something.
Could have been.
I think all
They
that shit-
could have been watching the soccer game too long while they were making the pizza.
I like when they
Shout
do
out
that.
to Luigi's.
Well,
by-
listening to
by
Z100
Pratt.
because every single fucking pizzeria in New York has Z100 playing for some reason. Z100 is the local like stupid radio.
it's like
station.
just a local like pop station, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dumb.
why not?
Here's a question to stick on food, but to deviate from pizza for a sec. Well, how do you guys feel that Kansas City was named the best tacos in America?
I agree.
That's insane to me.
I don't disagree though. I love Kansas City tacos.
I mean, but
Yeah, I do
it's
too.
an insult to
but I would
California.
not- how does California lose the supremacy that they've had all these years?
I don't know. I think
Or
maybe
Texas,
ma-
or
but being somebody who's spent a fair amount of time eating Mexican food all over this country, I feel that outside of our area, tacos are kind of boring. And don't get me wrong. I love a good street taco. But when it comes to like the 3 or 4 different varieties of tacos you can get here, and
Rico's Tacos Lupe.
yeah,
Rico's
Kansas City, yeah, KCK.
margaritas, El Patron,
Yeah.
all these places are fucking amazing. The fried taco thing kind of took me for a loop when I first had it, the first time I ever had it. And for those who don't know, it's basically they deep fry your taco after everything's in the shell, and then it kind of comes out like
What?
like a margaritas.
They
You know how
don't
you-
deep fry the whole taco. They only deep fry it's the thing. It's
The
like
meat-
It's like a flauta or whatever.
Right. They
They don't deep fry the whole thing.
with the meat and they do, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I
So
don't think I've had that.
Where?
oh, margaritas and El Patron both do the same thing.
The whole
And so
tacos?
they
I
take-
did not know that they deep fried the meat.
they put
I
the-
knew they deep fry. I mean, because they obviously deep fry the.
They have a little pincher thing that holds it shut, and they deep fry the taco.
How the fuck didn't I know this? And I've had them so many times.
I know.
I
And-
grew up here and I didn't know.
right. I only saw it on some like TV show, like that was
I
in the
thought they
that was
just
in the
deep
kitchen.
fried the. Wow.
That's why
That
they're
explain-
always
I mean-
wet.
I mean,
They
that
always
explains
have
it.
that.
They are the oiliest tacos on earth.
Fuck yeah, they are.
Yeah,
But
fuck
guess
yeah, they
what?
are.
You're gonna have two. You're gonna have two of El Patron's margaritas and you're gonna black out. So it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
They
I
are-
can confirm.
Yeah, But that's their whole thing. They're like, we make the strongest margarita, or no, Margaritas does, obviously.
Right. And then there's the place that's exactly like Margaritas that's owned by the same family but has a different name. It's up north, El Rancho Grande, I think.
Sure.
But yeah, I love them.
I'm not. I mean, I'm
have
more
good- we have good
surprised that
hamburgers, too.
Kansas City got that recognition as a just like another thing that we want. We're the barbecue city. I mean, we started the whole
Right.
thing talking about barbecue. Everybody knows, if they know anything about Kansas City now, it's either the Chiefs
Right.
or barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
Maybe jazz.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But
But now I guess we can add tacos to that, and that's sick because
I think
Rico's
there's
Tacos Lupe, all of Kansas City, Kansas. The fact that you can go get a half chicken
oh yeah.
and like just a bunch of stuff, and you just take that home, amazing.
Yep. I think there's an argument to be made that we have some of the best burgers too. Like we have independent burger chains that are non-chains. We have independent burger establishments that, in my opinion, make some of the best burgers in the country.
Yeah.
Town Topic,
Town Topic and Taste.
Taze, and Hayes, which is further up north.
I've never had Taste.
Hayes, I believe, if
I mean,
were-
Westport Flea Market is, yes, I would agree, just because that was featured on somebody's, like a Guy Fieri or something.
I think it was Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
And
Smash Mouth.
they've been known for their burger for years and years. It makes sense. We're a beef town.
Yep.
You know, we've
We're
got
Cowtown. I mean, our nickname is Cowtown.
Cowtown. We've got so people have access to really, really high quality meat if they desire. I don't feel like
Well, they have a lot of experience cooking it. You know what I mean? Like Town Topic is a shithole, but
but it's 100-year-old shithole
it's
or whatever.
exactly. And they use like really high quality ground beef. They're not using like your standard. You know.
And it's so small. Everything's in front of you.
Yeah.
Like you see the second they take it out of the freezer, how they unwrap it, how they lay it,
How they
cook
smash it
how
flat
it's been
and-
cleaned. You watch them clean the thing. Like I've never seen anything more sanitary and like rather than cooking it myself at my house.
Yeah.
That's why I've always appreciated them for that.
And also, you can go there at 3 a.m, drunk as hell.
And now they have
and get a piece of
fucking
pie
window.
and you can get a piece of pie and a burger.
huh?
You don't have to go inside. You can stand outside now and order through the window and not have to be stuck inside with all those people.
So you're telling me they finally saw? So now, when I want to go and eat inside, I can just do that.
Yes.
Oh.
But right now,
Oh
because
my
of COVID,
God.
I don't think you can eat inside it. I don't know. That might have changed now, but like back in.
Listen, I'm about to
It'll
get my
only do the window.
Once I get that second vacuum, get the full 5G loaded up into my body.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go eat at all the restaurants.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait.
I haven't eaten in a restaurant in
I'm
12
gonna
months.
eat at Rancho
I've
Grande.
eaten at 2. I went to Mission Taco on the last warm day of the fall and ate outside. And then I went just the other day when my friend was in town. I went and had Jack Stack because I let him choose of the 4 which one that. he
Well,
wanted
if
to
you
purchase.
you gotta go Jack Stack is an easy first choice because it's the only place you could sit down.
Yeah, they have outside seating too, which is nice.
Oh,
And at least the one in the Crossroads does.
oh yeah, that makes more sense. It's
Yeah,
a much
and
bigger building. But yeah, I don't know. I want to be inside, sweating, maybe have somebody spit on me on accident, and just like not worry about it.
This can be arranged.
Can't wait to go back
Yeah.
to the nut.
It's the peanut. I miss you.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
We all just got like really quiet. We were like
Well,
high
we're
energy.
just
Now we
thinking-
just
we're
started
just-
like going to fantasy land, like thinking about like, oh man,
eating in
can't
a
wait to
restaurant.
sit down in the restaurant.
How fucked up is that?
Right?
It was something I enjoyed doing because you don't spend a lot of time. It's something that is a short-served,
Yeah, hour and a half.
cool
at
thing
most,
to do.
Yeah.
You sit in a restaurant for an hour and a half, and that's it. Sometimes you sit there for 3 hours or whatever if you're weird and you know.
I can be
Really
kind I
talking
can be
about that,
weird
you know.
sometimes.
How much are you guys postmating a lot more or whatever the equivalent is?
Not as much as I thought I would.
Okay, we did quite a bit, especially around the move. And then I also kind of have I've been trying to like stick to, you know, the most localish type places. It's a little harder up on me because I'm in suburbia, but there's some like really good Indian places and Thai places and stuff. So
Don't you live by In a Tub Taco?
I've never had it.
You should try it.
Yeah, I haven't tried
I
it either.
don't know if I can trust it.
Isn't it up the block?
It's not going to hurt you.
I don't know if I can trust it.
I'm telling you, it's not going to hurt you. It's just like kind of
Is there another one?
There's a bunch of them.
yeah.
There's one off 29. There's one on Burlington or
I
on
thought there was
Oak
only
Park
one.
or Oak Traffic Way or whatever.
No, there's a couple. It's like
Yeah.
a weird local. It's like a weird local
I'm
thing.
afraid of the one that's up here going towards the Petco.
No, you can go to the one.
'Cause
They're
it's
all
like
kind of
across
the
the
same.
street from a check
See,
cashing place and-
here's where they lost me. When I
liquor store?
when I asked what it was
you know
when I
it's
first
good.
moved here, and somebody's like, yeah, it's like a taco place, but they like sprinkle cheese powder on your tacos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you lost me. I don't know if I could do this. And that's been kind of my stance the whole
Well,
time.
I mean, it's not that far from like cotija cheese that you get at fucking
Oh.
Mission Taco.
Oh, okay.
But it is powdery. But cotija cheese is kind of like that too.
Okay.
So you know what I mean?
Maybe I'll try it on a day where I have nothing else to do in case it
Yeah.
disagrees
Oh
with
no.
me.
I mean,
Yeah.
do that just because it's gonna make you sleepy, but it's not gonna like hurt you.
Do you have speaking of getting sleepy? Do you have plans? Have you put the right protocols in place for the when you get your second vaccine shot? That like
Oh yeah, you guys can check my time off calendar. I will not be here the day after I get my shot.
yeah, I'm in the same boat. Yeah, I get mine.
I won't be here.
I get mine on a Thursday
I'll try
morning.
to work from home, but I'll probably be asleep.
Right. I get mine on a Thursday morning, and I told Joe, I'm like, just assume I'm having a long weekend.
It worked. My wife got it, and she was like asleep for 16 hours.
Wow.
Really?
Something
It's that
great.
bad?
I got
It
super
just like
sleepy
makes
on the
you
first
really
one.
sleepy.
The first one, I got
I guess. I
at
don't
like
know.
9 in the morning and didn't feel anything all day. And then at 4:30 was the most tired I've been in months. You know, and then I powered through it. Went to bed at like 10 or 10:30, but yeah, I was in rough shape.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I'm psyched. It's gonna be great. I'm really excited to get that good cell reception though,
Yeah, yeah.
and also to like finally join the Illuminati.
Right.
This is what they're not
naturally.
telling you is when you go sign up, when they ask you to schedule your second vaccine online, there's a checkbox that just says like, "Would you like to join the Illuminati newsletter?"
Sure.
And if you forget,
I don't see why not.
Well, yeah, if you forget to check it, then you're
Right.
not in. But they're giving everybody the opportunity. It's very democratic.
No, that's really great. I wonder what like, you know, there's 33 degrees of the Illuminati. I wonder what degree you come in at is like, because, you know, I'm vaccinated now.
Does it go low to high in the
No,
Illuminati?
I believe, yeah, the 33rd degree is the highest degree.
You probably start at like 2.
Yeah, I'm like, because there's life experience count, or do I got to start at 1? You know, because
You start at 2. So you get the first your first shot is your first level.
Oh, okay.
Unlocks your mind.
There we go.
Then your second
There's
shot.
33 levels?
Second
Now
level.
now I
33
can access.
levels.
Now I can access the third eye,
Exactly.
and and really what I'm waiting for is I just want the newsletter.
Bro,
I just want to know.
It's got great memes in it.
I'm stealing
I've
that
heard.
shit. There's 33 levels of pizza.
There's 33 levels of pizza.
There's
That's what we're doing. That's
I
it.
think
That's
that's
it. That's
too-
what I'm. That's the scale. 33
Pizza
levels
Illuminati?
of pizza.
it's the pillars of hip hop. It's the pillars of pizza.
The all-seeing
Graffiti.
eye of pizza. Okay, well,
B-boy.
hey Joe, what is the all-seeing eye of pizza? What is the 33rd degree? Who made the best pizza you've ever had?
Gennaro's. But they
Gennaro's?
don't exist
Okay.
anymore. So.
Does that have anything to do with Puppy? Because his last name's Gennaro and lives
No,
in the area?
it's not.
Okay. Is that just a really common name out
Yeah,
there?
there's a couple of common names like that. It's actually really not super common, but it's in that realm of like people that I know a few Gennaros.
Okay.
It's like generic. I guess they're like, when they come into Ellis Island, they're like, what's your name? Gennaro. There we go. That's what he says, something like that.
You're like, we all, it's everybody back then. It's like, we all just came on the same boat. We all from the same, I've known all these people for 20 years. Just let us in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're
there's-
just all moving.
There's so many Anellis out there. There's Spinelli, Chinelli, Ianelli. Like, it's really strange to me, like, why they just were like, Anelli, let's just put another syllable or in the front.
Hell, it could be.
Bonelli.
If
I
you
don't
go
know
back
Bonelli.
into it, it's probably the Ellie is just what I said. Like everybody was from this one little area,
Or it's like
came
John-
on that one
Minicelli.
boat.
Or it's like Johnson, and it's just the ending part of a name that evolved, back in the day.
Right? Yeah, some sort of signifier.
Have you ever done any like entomology in your last name?
Yeah, mine's pretty boring though because there's a town in England.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a castle or at least like a tower.
Okay.
And I don't know. My family has been here we're Mayflower people.
So a chunk of my family,
So,
I have
like,
3 ancestors that
It's
were on the
pretty.
Mayflower.
It's pretty.
Got a lot of
straight.
killed by cowboys and Indians.
yeah, a lot of. Well, no,
Dysentery.
a lot of
So-and-so
died.
of
A lot of
dysentery.
died from dysentery because they are right. And the expansion, they either died from dysentery or killed by British people.
Okay. Fair.
Very
Fucking-
interesting.
Yeah.
My family, none of that.
No, because you're fresher than I'm a big chunk of my family goes way far back, just like yours, and then I have a chunk that's like 3 generations ago we were in Ireland, things like that. But my last name itself, so I would consider myself, of the 3 of us, the one with the most common last name, even though I don't have a very common last name. It's definitely one I've heard before. I haven't really heard of very many Ionellis, Birdzalls, or Ganoes.
Sure.
But mine, if you trace it back, Dean is literally the Dane. And so this dude, like in the, I don't know, 9th century or 10th century, something like that, Robert the Dean, which is Robert the Dane, and they derived that last name, just kind of carried over to Dean, and it has a few different variations of the spelling.
You mean the King of England after the Vikings conquered?
No. Robert the Dean was the cupbearer to Edward the Confessor, who was the first Norman king, if I recall. So
no, okay, no, then I was right, but the wrong way right.
Okay.
He's like isn't
that just being called wrong?
Yes, but I had the right idea. Would be the shorter version of saying.
Okay, all right.
Because I know the Dane because it's of some movie I watched.
Well, there was Rollo the Dane, who was like a big like Viking Danish dude that invaded Normandy from the north and established like a big,
maybe that's what I'm thinking
Danish
of.
presence in France.
Is that a TV? There's either a TV show or a movie that deals with exactly this.
Oh, I'm not surprised. He's come up in like weird, that character. He's a big character, and there's statues of him in Europe and stuff. And
right,
but he's cited in like a bunch of like old timey shit.
So did the cupbearer, the Dane, was he related to Rollo, or he just was also a Dane?
Also a Dane. Yeah. And then
they weren't very creative.
Well, no, they weren't. And and as you start to get through the earliest parts of the Dean family, it was just so and so the Dean, and then it starts to double up. You have like 36 Roberts eventually, and now they're having to separate them based on like what, like, so that's why like a lot of the family crest stuff, you have to almost see the family crest to know which one they're talking about. But they basically were given a big chunk of land, and then they kind of just kept handing that land off to their children.
33 degrees of Dean.
The 33 degrees of Dean.
I
haven't dove that far back in. I just know that there's a town in England.
Okay, that's so my Norwegian last name is named after a town in Norway.
Right. So I don't know. Yeah. Were we peasants that left that town and that's why we took the name?
Or do we own that bitch?
Is that tower mine?
Right.
By birthright.
My mom has that.
Really?
Yeah, she
that's cool.
When they left and all that stuff, my grandma was on the bad side in Germany.
It happened.
Defected and then never wanted to go back after they hid out and all that and the war was over. But they owned property and they were always trying to get the property, give them back to it. But she was thought it was the Nazis trying to
trying to trick her.
We'll
give it back to you if you come.
So my mom's been saying she's gonna go back and trying to figure it out, just so she knows. She's not gonna try to be like, this is my land, or obviously over time it's probably auctioned off.
Maybe they'll give it to her,
but
or at least some money.
We've talked about doing something.
Why not? I'd try.
My mom just want to do.
That's like me asking the government if they're gonna give me a grant.
If the government owns it, if
right.
Germany owns it, cool. Yeah, give me that money. I want it. Take it. Give it to my parents. They deserve that stuff and do that. But if it's
just another people
who are just
imagine
they came in right now and where you live, turns out it was owned by somebody else because there was some bad paperwork.
Hey, listen, I already live somewhere that's owned by somebody else.
Yeah,
fair.
I'm a renter.
Yes. We want to do something similar with Laura's heritage because she's from her family's from the Ukraine, and she's so close to her Ukrainian relatives that or her family is so new to this country. She's actually eligible to apply for a Ukrainian passport.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, because her mom was the first one born in the States, but all of her mom's older siblings and her parents were born in. It only takes 2 degrees of separation to apply for a Ukrainian passport.
I hear Kiev is awesome.
Oh, I cannot wait to go to Kiev. I also want to go down to the Crimean Peninsula and stuff. And
oh, you mean you want to go on European vacation to fucking paradise?
Sure, if that's what you are calling it. Yeah.
No, for real.
Some of those or something.
Some of those it's the Baltic Sea, maybe.
I think that's the
beach.
Black Sea.
The beachfront down in that area is crazy looking.
Oh yeah,
they put them in Bond films all the time.
Oh, for sure. Well, there's a lot of that in there's a lot of that in Serbia and Georgia and
Croatia.
There's so many beautiful places. I would really like to spend 3 months just chilling in Eastern Europe. getting to know. I want to brush up on some Russian before I go.
Eat some sausage.
Why not? There's good beer. Apparently, Kiev's known for making really good beer.
Yeah. And it'll be like it's like drinking. Talk about people who've been doing something right for a really long time. European, you go to a European place, they're like, yeah, we've made beer the same way since 800.
Oh, right, yeah, or wine.
Oh, okay.
They'll do the same thing with wine, and you're like, oh, this is the same recipe we've been, this is the same orchard and the same vineyard and the whole thing for.
Did Rollo the Dane drink this?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think I'd really dig that. I think in the way you're talking about going to restaurants, I just can't wait to travel. That's the thing I'm missing in my life right now. And I don't know how much traveling I would have done this last year if all other things were the same, just due to business. But I think it's that lack of freedom to be able to do it that is pissing me off.
You would have at least gone one place. And that's my thing. Is I always want to go one place a year. You know, like even that's just going to Mexico or
even if it's going to fucking North Dakota.
Yeah, just North Dakota. Yeah.
Listen, the Enchanted Highway is beautiful. The Black Hills are beautiful. No, my next
Go to the Redwood Forest or some shit like that.
Yeah, my next American vacation is either it's got to be a national park, either the Redwoods, Yosemite, Yellowstone, one of those.
I'm running away to the Redwoods, getting a little tent, living in one of those trees. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's my goal.
Mountain Man Joe.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay,
it's gonna happen.
Okay, they got they got a lot of Casey's pizzas up there.
Ah, fuck that.
Delicious.
All
right, I think 2:30. It's probably a good time to call it.
You got a dentist appointment or something?
No.
2:30?
2:30. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Your dad has got to be so proud.
He is.
Good.
I'm shutting your mic off right
now. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.